Hi, we're gonna talk about the M8 by Dirtywave because I've been abusing it lately. I think it's a great machine. It's a tracker, and I think like not everyone knows what a tracker is. So we're gonna try and make you understand a bit what's going on, share some ideas, and just discover this great machine. Let's get going. Okay, so here we are with the M8. I've got it in my hand right here, but thanks to this great overlay that we have here, I'm able to do some stuff, and you see what's going on the screen, which is great. And will save us some time next time I'm trying to record a video on a green screen, which is a nightmare. Anyway, how would you think about a tracker? We've got 8 tracks here, 8 columns. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And inside these tracks, we have different ways, different blocks that we use to build songs and tracks. So if I create chain number 10 here, okay? Let's keep it simple. I'm gonna create chain number 1 for track 1. Let's go with this. Now in this chain, I can have see on top chain number 1. I can have different phrases playing. So I'm gonna create phrase number 1, make it play 4 times in a row. Because in each phrase, as you can see on the next screen right now, we've got 16 steps that goes, when it plays from 0 to F. The trackers are coded in hexadecimal. Not coded, but you can see values in hexadecimal, which is different from the 0 to 9 usual way of showing numbers. So instead of going from 0 to 9, it goes from 0 to F and then back. So anyway, 0 to F, which is 16 steps. Now here we can enter some different things. So this is phrase 1. If I go back, you can see phrase 1 is in chain 1. I got 4 phrase 1s in chain 1, and chain 1 is here in the song, okay? So let's input notes. So we've got the first column, which is the note value. Next we have the volume. You can see the V on top. And then the instrument number, and then 3 fx command columns. So let's create an instrument. I got one here, I think. Yeah, the triangle wave. The WAV synths. So you got different synths on the M8. You've got the WAV synths, which is more like a chiptune synth, even if you can do some really complex stuff with it. Then you've got the macro synth, which is based off of braids by mutable instruments. Great synthesizer. It's great to have it on the M8. Then the sampler, you can sample directly here in the M8, or you can load samples there. And then the great FM synths with 4 operators and lots of algorithms. So let's first mess with the WAV synths, the wave synths. I'm gonna take a triangle, really simple because I like triangles. And you can see that I can put notes here. Right, so C5, which is a C, Do in French, and you can see if I play, the note will keep on playing. That's because I need to put an envelope to the volume. So I'll go here in the second menu, and you see I've got 2 envelopes to mess with and 2 LFOs. So I'm going to set the first envelope to volume. With no attack, no hold, and a bit of decay. And now when I play this note, it will fade. So if I put some more notes here, it will play again and again. So now we can mess with the sound, of course. If I mess with the mode, warp, mirror, which are, I'm not going to go into details on that, but I can do another video later if you want. But I can put a filter as well with some resonance. There we go. And of course we've got chorus, delay, and reverb here, which are great, all the 3 of them. Let's see some reverb. Great, delay. Great ping pong delay here. And then the chorus, of course. Okay, so now that we have this, what can we do? It's easy. You can see that we have got our little chain here playing, our phrases playing again and again in chain number 1. It's looping. But then we got this little column here called transpose, where we can simply transpose the whole phrase. So let's see, if I transpose this one to 3 and this one to 5, we'll have this. An easy way of composing stuff. Alright, so now that we have this, let's maybe put some drums. So I'm gonna put chain 80 here. Usually, I put chain 1 here to be simple, but usually the numbers don't matter. But you have to understand, you have to find a way to a system that makes sense to you. So for example, it's easier to for me to have chain 80 on track 8 and then 70 on 7 and stuff like this. You'll see why later. It'll be easier to understand. So chain 80, I'm gonna create 4 phrases 80, and then I'm gonna go in instrument, load one new instrument, select the sampler, and then go find a sample that I like. Okay, so I got different things here, my different folders. I'm gonna go in drums, hits, and then let's take I got nice analog rhythm samples, and here you can preview the samples. I like the short one. Let's get this kick drum. So here you can see I can have slices in the sampler. It's, well, you can have, the sampler is really nice. You can play it forward or reverse or forward loop, lots of different things. I'm just gonna play it like this, put a C4 here and put a 4 on the floor just to show you what's going on. Okay, so now I can only hear the kick. I'm gonna raise the volume here. So how do you work with something like this? It's a nice feature. When you want to be quick, you've got lots of different things. I can select all of this row and then change the parameter of the volume all at once. Like, see, I'm going to raise it to 7F, which is the maximum. And then we got a huge kick going on, okay? So now, if I play this with the other pattern, like this, you can hear they play together. There's lots of shortcuts. You can actually do it like this. Right? So you can really have 8 tracks going with this, but this is a tracker, so things get interesting when you change instruments per step. For example, if you're familiar with the Electron workflow, you'll understand what I mean by this. So if I go back to my phrase 1, or no, even better, I'm gonna go in the drums phrases, and then so I've got instrument number 2, which is the kick drum. But let's say I'm gonna put a snare right here on the same track. So I'm gonna create a new instrument, select sampler, load a sample. I'm gonna go back here and select a snare. Let's select this one, and now I can copy and paste it everywhere here. That's awful, but you get the idea. Okay, so now that we have this, let me just try to have something a bit better, because this is terrible. I'm gonna go, yeah, to check. All right. Let's put this here quickly. We don't want to bore you. Okay, something like this, something simple like this, all right? Now, what's interesting here are these 3 columns called FX. There are a huge amount of FX that you can use in the M8. We're not gonna go through everything, but let's show you what there is. So if I go here, I've got a little help screen, and you can see all the effects I can mess with. So there are sequencer effects where I can arpeggiate notes. So for example, if I want to arpeggiate this C5 and I go first digit 3 semitones, second digit 7 semitones, it'll go. So this is a really chiptune way of doing things. You've got chance, which is the probability of a thing playing. Delay, which allows you to delay when a note hits. When you want to really cram one track with lots of different sounds, you can really mess with it using this. Groove, which will change the groove on the different things. Hop, kill, so many different things. You can do a lot of different things here. You've got then the mixer and FX commands, where you can mess with the reverb send, all the global FX send. You can see here input to volume, the different input volumes and delay sends and reverb, everything. And then the current instrument commands that you can see on the bottom. So you can mess with the volume, the pitch, the fine tune, oscillator. You can change the oscillators, the size, multiply. Every parameter of the synths you can change here in this command. So for example, if I want here to change the multiple of this note, I can change the value. Etc. So you can change pretty much everything, and you get 3 columns for this. Now the last thing, not the last, but one of the main things are the tables. And I've only scratched the surface of this, but this is an incredibly powerful way of making things and crafting sounds. So let's first create a new chain with 4 phrases, of course. And we're gonna create a new instrument here. Use the macro synth and a seesaw, for example. Yeah, bit of filter, bit of reverb. Nice. So let me put an envelope to the volume on this. All right, so if we've got this, maybe a longer envelope. All right, so this, if I want to mess with tables with this one, which I do want. Tables, you can see that the arrow here is going from top to bottom again. Tables are specific to an instrument. And you can actually even in the sequencer commands, the FX commands, you can change per row the table number. So you understand how it's crazy. You've got first here the note transpose. So for example, if I have my note playing here and I transpose it by here 3, 5, 7, now 12. You can hear that it goes really quickly. It transposes it really quickly again and again. What I can do, if I want it to be less quick, is insert here a tick command, which will define the tempo of the table, sort of speak. So if I put it to 6, which is the default size, you'll see it will go at the same rate as the patterns goes from 0 to 16. So let's say I want to mess with the parameter here, different parameters. So we got this. Let's mess with the cutoff, for example. So I'm gonna go cutoff here. I'm gonna go 95 here, maybe, and see I can quickly modulate the sound per step. And then you can say I want some reverb on certain steps and not on different on other ones. So let's say let's put some more reverb here, and then change the so this is just the surface. You can do so many things with this. It's unbelievable. But let's say we got this. Let's lower the volume. Mess with the low pass. And then I can pan it on the left. And I can even say put an LFO on the panning. So you can see how you can really quickly find some ideas. I got so many other things to show you on the M8, but maybe it will do for another video. I'd like later to maybe explain how I did some of the last videos I made with some of the last tracks I made with the M8, because there are so many things you can do. Maybe we can do a video on sound design as well. You should know that the M8 by Dirtywave has a great Discord with lots of people full of knowledge and full of sympathy. Now, much like Jeremy from Redmin's Recording said, please don't buy this from scalpers on the internet, because the maker of this, Trash 80, is alone making this. It's an incredible machine. You can only wonder how he managed to do it on his own. It's not really expensive when it's available. The only problem is that it's not always available because he's alone making it. So maybe just be a bit patient, pre-order it. I think next units should ship in July, but don't buy this from scalpers. At some people sell them from 2,000. I saw 1,500. That's ridiculous, and it won't help the maker of this. So yeah, please support Trash 80 for that. And don't forget to tell me if you want me to do more videos on it, even if all my friends are synths. Avril Cadbra and some people like that make already great videos. My aim here was to make you guys on the channel understand what is going on with the tracker. But if you're interested, I'll keep making videos. Thanks, and see you later. Bye bye.